So this has been coming through, but very unclear for me. But it's touching on a few of the storylines that I've been hearing readers talk about. So I'm going to tell you more of their stories because mine isn't coming through clear enough. But they're talking about people, it's like stealing inheritance, committing fraud, illegally signing your name, this kind of thing. It's like they're getting immediate karma because what they think they're taking, right, is usually slipping through their fingers. They're always having that monkey on their back. They're going to carry that guilt, that shame, those lies, this deception, going against other people's will, meaning their desire, their intention, and deciding that they're in charge, they know better, they're going to play God. These kind of things. This is all, the signal that's being sent out is they live in lack. They need to steal, take charge, get involved, take over, these kind of things. This is the stuff we talk about all the time. It's like, you don't need to play that nonsense. The universe will balance out as long as you're staying in your alignment. Right? Like, you don't have to hunt it down. It's like, don't worry. Death's on their door. Karma is knocking. Don't worry. You don't have to worry about justice being served. It'll be served. It'll be balanced out. It'll be when they least expect it, right? It's like just when they finally take a breath, it's like that's when the rug gets pulled out, right? Like, these are the things that it's like, I don't know why they keep sending me to all these storylines, and it's like, who cares? Right? It's like, as long as you're upright, as long as you're not stealing or taking or committing fraud or mail stealing, that's all stuff for the federal government and the legal system to handle, right? They're happy to put people behind bars if they don't want to follow the rules. They're happy to get on top of it. That, there's, well, I was going to say there's some attorneys, but there's, not good attorneys either, but they get taken care of eventually too, right? Like, it's all... To me, that's not stuff I have to worry about, right? Like, that's the stuff the universe will balance out. Now, it's one thing if you know something or see something, then yes, we've talked about that. It's your responsibility. Otherwise, you too will get smacked. So if you know of something, but you're burying your head and you start receiving karma, that's why. Because you chose to turn a blind eye. So the universe is happy to turn a blind eye while you get smacked a little bit, right? Like, whatever you're putting out, you're getting back. So it's like, you just have to love yourself and stay in that alignment. The only thing I can think of that they keep having me hear the same storyline is that, like, maybe one of my listeners is directly dealing with something like that and doesn't know what to do. But so then you do know, you specifically know. Well, then you're specifically responsible. Do unto others as you want done unto you. So if you're doing something that you don't want done to you, then you need to correct it. If you are fine being in that other scenario because you're coming from your highest and best, then you're fine, right? It's like all the same rules apply. It's just the same rules. It's like if you're involved in something and you don't like how someone's being treated or that scenario is playing out and you're participating or you're aware of the participation, put yourself in that person's position. What would you want somebody to do for you or say for you or stand up for you? Because that's what you're going to get back. What you do or do not do is what you are or are not going to get back. What you put out will come back. Your intention behind it. Your intention is you're scared, you're going to hide, you're living in lack and fear. That's what you're going to get back. You're coming from your highest and best. You're being, like doing the right thing. Like, these things aren't always easy because, like I said, a lot of times people aren't clear. They're not clear to begin with. They're topsy-turvy. But then they just continue getting spun around because they don't even know up from down. So it's like they're just going to keep getting karma and keep getting spun around. Oh, what was the one thing that was coming through for me? That's why I don't know if it's part of all this or not. It was like somebody sold somebody out for money. And that's why I thought, well, maybe it's talking about like the same idea or the same line of thinking, where it's like they're presented with something. And it was like I don't know if they threw somebody under the bus or they disregarded what they knew of somebody, or it's like they just took from themselves, but in doing so, they also were simultaneously throwing somebody under the bus. It was something like this, okay? It was like, okay, taking this, then you're throwing this person under the bus. But the person, it was like somebody they knew. It was somebody, and they knew it was wrong. They knew that person was upright, or they knew whatever it was not good. And so they ended up taking the money. But it was almost like as soon as they took the money, shit started to crumble. Because what did they tell the universe? They're living in lack. They have to take from another. They have to throw others under the bus. They didn't stand up for what was right. It's like they didn't weave through it. What was it? It was clearer than that. That was something like, it's never as clear when you're going through it. Like I could tell the person was struggling. Oh God, what was it? It was like, I just remember at the end it being so clear. It was like, oh, you sold your soul for money. Right? They sold their alignment for money. But the thing that sucks with that is then they don't get the money. It's like they get it, but it's like they don't get to enjoy it. I always give you that same example of Dave Chappelle because I feel like it talks about money, but it's also like such an easy one for us to see. He could have easily, the majority of people would have been like, oh, happy to take the 50 mil and do whatever was required, easy peasy. But he understood what I'm talking about. He understood those principles. He understood what it felt like to be in alignment. He understood that his higher self would have harassed him forever for being on a leash to other people and tied and tethered to things that he would be horrified by, that wouldn't be respecting and honoring him, that he wouldn't be able to sleep at night. He wouldn't be able to stomach anything. Well, who the fuck wants to live like that? You can have all the money in the world, but if you're sick in your stomach all the time and you can't sleep and you're worried and fretting and looking over your shoulder and doing all these things that aren't honoring you, then what the fuck does it matter what's in your bank account? You can't even enjoy it. You can't even be in peace. So that's what I mean by this example they were giving me. It's like they didn't even get the money, meaning you can't, so you have the money and you live a shitty life. So what, now you have a bigger bank account number? Does that make sense? Am I saying it clear enough? But that's what people do often, right? It's like the money isn't bad. It has nothing to do with the money. You can have gajillions of dollars, but you did it with integrity. You did it on your own merit. You did it from your own alignment. But that's the rare and few between, unfortunately. And so it's so nice to have these examples where you can see, oh, there's other people that have integrity. They're honoring themselves. They understand the basic rules. They're following the single principle, right? Like, do unto others as you want done unto yourself, and don't do unto others as you don't want done unto yourself. And so, yeah. I'm not sure what other message they could be sending, although I feel like there's more here. And I'm just unclear on... They keep talking about legal. Like legal matters. You have to sue. I mean, I guess that's the case. Like sometimes you have to stand up and fight. So I was just complaining to them because I'm like, but I'm unclear. I think I oftentimes want specifics. Like when they want to bring in that kind of stuff, it's like, well, I need specifics. I don't know how to answer that. I don't know how to, it's like, if I don't know, like, I feel like I already gave the answer, but if that's not sufficient, then what's the real problem? Am I not being told the real problem? Is there a further problem? Do you see what I'm saying? Oh, right. See, they have been piecing this. What was it? Oh, God, it was something about a lawsuit. It was something about that. It was like there was all these people who had done such egregious stuff. I mean, just horrific. I think it was based on the dynamics that you were like horrified, like, holy shit. And it was like family. It's always such a shame. It's like such Jerry Springer, right? Like when family does that to other family, such trash. And what is it? It's like, it was something like that. It was something horrific, but it was like it was presented to you. I think that's what it was. It was like presented to you. Do you want to sue? And I think you turned to me, which I think I was like, nah, I mean, I wouldn't want to bother. But then the more we were talking to the judge is like, here's the problem. They're not learning their lesson when you let them off the hook. So they will continue to behave in said manner again and again and again. That's part of the problem. It's like the reason people need the punishment, the backlash, the karma, the understanding is so they can understand, so they can sit with themselves, so they can determine why they're receiving what they're receiving. That does not mean that they will get it. That does not mean they won't. So, but it gives them the opportunity to take a look at themselves and make better choices moving forward. If you don't sue or put them in their place or send them to jail or give them the punishment that is however it's set up in the 3D, unfortunately, they're likely to be repeat offenders. So that was something the judge was explaining, like, unfortunately, you need to sue, and unfortunately, they do need to go to jail, and unfortunately, and it was unfortunate because it was family, but it was like, it's actually not nice to let them off the hook because you're enabling their behavior of which they're not remorseful for. They can't even see they're wrong. As a matter of fact, not only have they committed illegal acts, they're standing strong in their stance of their illegal behavior and defending it because their ego is so massive they cannot see themselves. So they're the very people who need, for their own sake, that punishment. So that hopefully when they are in harsh conditions, it'll scare them. It'll give them the fright to be like, I better get my shit together so I don't end up back here. Right? Like, so that's the whole idea of it. To give them the opportunity to take a look at themselves and start loving themselves and recognizing what they're telling the universe. They're telling the universe that they live in lack, they don't love themselves, they're jealous of others, they need to steal and take because they're not worthy, they're not good enough, they're not capable on their own. Well, the universe isn't going to tolerate that. The universe loves everybody. So you better straighten up. And so this is the idea of why we have things in place. And so maybe that's what somebody's struggling with. Maybe you need to sit down with the judge and the judge can help walk you through it. I don't know, right? Like, unless I have specifics, it's hard. I mean, to me, it's just the general basics. Always go back to the basics. The basics give us all our answers, but you have to be able to see through the noise to get to your answers. So I guess that's why I asked for the details, because you can't seem to get through those details. You can't seem to cut to the core. And sometimes it takes a while. Sometimes it does take a few peeling, right? You have to peel back, because you'll hear the surface level, the excuses, the bullshit, the ego, the hiding, the justifications, and you just have to keep digging to get to the root, to get to the reality, to get to the real reason, to see what's actually going on. And the truth is, it usually boils down to people don't think they're good enough or worthy enough to stand in their own alignment. This is why they don't have an alignment. This is why they don't have a backbone. This is why they're jellybacks. They steal, they murder, they take. They do these things because they don't have an actual bone of their own. They don't even know what the fuck that means. They think they're worthless, and they wouldn't tell you that. They would tell you the big boys, but they're the ones who think they're worthless. A real man has a bone, and he doesn't need to take from anyone or anything. He stands strong and upright and erect. He doesn't behave like a heathen. So they don't recognize that they're behaving like a heathen. They're operating from their ego, right? That this is not a concept that they can comprehend at their stage. It is like dealing with, children, nursing babies. So you have to hold their hand and talk to them nicely, give them a few strokes. Tell, okay, now we're gonna tell nice and slow. Okay, you know what? That's enough.
Thanks so much for tuning in and listening. You can now purchase an audio journey with me using the link below.